Punt It Long, episode 10. This week we're talking about Alloa, Liverpool, Champions League final, American soccer, Dunfermline of course, Willow Flood and Dundee United losing the heat, and Arsene Wenger's last hurrah at the Emirates. First off, we'll start with Alloa putting Wraith Rovers out of the playoffs last week. I went to both games. I didn't vlog or really record any of the second game, but I got one clip and I was there to obviously see the full game. Alloa completely dominated both ties and Wraith Rovers just bottled it. They're a full-time club, they should easily be coming back up, and they've proved once again why they're the B team in Fife, and they're looking like never really claiming that back for a number of years yet. We're way on the up and we're looking to secure probably the majority of our squad on decent enough contracts, I would assume, and they're floundering down League One. It's basically like what the situation was with us a few years ago. They took no hiding in the fact that they were going to slag us off when we were down there, so they're going to get the same treatment for us now. So the tables are completely turned for what it was in the last few years, and having seen it with my own eyes, Alloa were definitely the team that deserved to go through. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty pleasing to see at the time. Now we'll move on to Virgil van Dijk actually showing a bit of character that most players don't do these days.
Under Arnold seemed to handle the ball, so there could have been 2 red cards, 2 penalties.
Who cares? So will be true.
Liverpool are one of the main teams that have this in their squad still. They've got players like James Milner who plays off the fact that he's got this boring character, and you've got players like Andy Robertson who have got this journey through football that their whole reputation and charisma is built off of that. Virgil van Dijk proved it in an interview just there, where he was asked a simple media question about a penalty claim that Roma had in the Champions League semi-final that could have probably swung the tie around and sent Roma through to the final, and Virgil van Dijk just basically told the reporter that he doesn't care about any of the penalty claims. At the end of the day, Liverpool won, the game was over, what was the point in bringing it back up? It's not the first and it won't be the last time. Even if things like VAR come into football, it'll never stop. People will still get decisions wrong. Doesn't mean that every decision will be 100% right, and it's pleasing to see players even at the highest level have a bit of character about them and just completely shut down the reporter before he's even really started. We'll take a trip over to American soccer now and speak about the fact that American commentary is just funny, and like it makes you hate football sometimes, but it also makes you just think, how can they actually use those terms and listen to English commentary and say different things? Like, it reminds me of that time when Swansea appointed that American guy Bob Bradley, and he used to say like PKs and his American accent and stuff. It's just, it's not the right terms for us. This clip obviously proves that.
It's not done. Can you punish the mistake?
Good ball in. Bear brings it down. Oh, Bender with a kick save.
He's saved it with his feet. He's made a block with his feet. He's saved the ball with his feet. Why could you not have said any of them? Anything but kick save. I mean, come on. It sounds like a rugby term. It doesn't sit right with anybody that would listen to normal football commentary. Also, what happened in this week in football was Arsene Wenger's last game at the Emirates as manager at Arsenal, obviously. The guy's had a tremendous career. I've covered this in previous Punt It Longs. I've covered it even before he announced it, before it was even known that he was going to be leaving at the end of the season. That he's been a great manager for Arsenal. The exits came at the right time and it was a good way to send them off. The club are handling it in the correct way. They're giving him maximum respect and giving him the send-off that he really deserves, because he's given Arsenal a lot of good memories. Obviously in recent years, with everything being able to view like people's opinions and pundits now becoming experts on everything, I'm kind of making myself have this platform to have my opinion, so I really need to stop being a hypocrite. But Arsene Wenger deserves all the credit that he's got, and hopefully he can move on to the next stage of his career, whatever that may be, and do well in whatever he does, because I've mentioned it before that people in football like him deserve to have a legendary status. People like Sir Alex Ferguson, who, best wishes to him of course, because he went into hospital during the week with a brain hemorrhage, so best wishes to him of course. But they're very similar characters in terms of what they've brought to English football. They've revolutionised the game in the way you see it. And as I said, all credit goes to people like that, because to keep a job in football for that long and to be given the maximum amount of respect when you leave still, despite failures and negative times, it shows that you've at least got a bit about you, and as I said, I wish Arsene Wenger all the best. Obviously, off the back of Dunfermline going out to Dundee United in the playoffs, Dundee United then went through to play Livingston in the first leg of a semi-final. The next leg still to be played. The first leg was only played on Monday, but Dundee United completely threw away this tie. 1-0 down within the first, 1 minute, and then they replied within a minute of that goal as well. Then they went 2-1 up, and they pretty much dominated the tie until then, and Livingston kind of came back into it in the middle of the second half, but I honestly couldn't see them scoring. They were never really up the pitch, and somehow they managed to turn it completely around, and Dundee United just lost the head. Will Flood, their captain especially, roll the clip.
A bit of overreaction, but it's two in quick succession for Flood. As Flood disappeared in ice tunnel.
He's absolutely thrown that away. He's thrown his toys at the pram. His wee Gollum, he'd just managed to lose it completely. It just seems like once again Dundee United are throwing it away in the playoffs. Hamilton last year, and of course they've not done it yet this season. You'd put big money on Livingston getting a result on Friday night, I think it is, against Dundee United and going through to play whoever it is. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Partick or Ross County now. And as usual in Punt Along, we'll go full circle and back to Dunfermline, who, as you know, got into the playoffs and came out at the first hurdle. It was absolutely gutting on Friday night, just past, to see the team go out the way they did. Hopefully it's not the last we see of most of the players, because I believe that we've built a real squad unity in the last 2 months at least, and I feel like we've got a really good unit to build on. If we get players signed up on longer term deals, it'll set us up for the future. As I said, it was completely gutting to go out the way we did, because I believe that overall we were the better team against Dundee United, but we've not done enough over probably the course of the season to deserve to go up. We'll go again next season, and I'll definitely be there to support them once again. Here's hoping now that we can get AJ signed up, because I believe he's done enough to get signed up for another season at least, and as I said, get the majority of the squad signed up, because we've got a really good nucleus there, and if we can keep the majority of that together, there's no reason why we can't challenge seriously next season. Now to the question part of the video. Last week's question was, how many Champions League trophies have Real Madrid won in their history? There was 8 answers, 6 voted for 12 and 2 voted for 10. The correct answer was 12, so congrats once again. I'm moving to up the quality of the questions, because you seem to be getting it right every week. So this week's question is based on Arsene Wenger. Obviously he managed his last game at the Emirates, and he's also away to have his last few games as Arsenal manager as a whole. So this week's question is going to be, overall, how many trophies Arsene Wenger won as Arsenal manager? Not including that horrendous community charity shield, whatever they call it, nonsense. So overall, how many trophies has he won as Arsenal manager, not including that one? As always, I'll leave the answer in the top right hand corner just now. Go and click the I button if it hasn't shown up, and I'll let you know in next week's episode who got it right, and so on and so forth, as I usually do. Thanks for watching this week's video once again. I appreciate all the views. If you've enjoyed it, please hit the like button, because it means a hell of a lot to me, and the amount of subscribers I've been getting recently is pleasing as well, and hopefully I can keep that up. I know the season's now ended. I'm going to be doing the Alloa vlogs as well. I'm going to one tonight, and then I'm going to the playoff final second leg on Saturday, so that'll be a bit of coverage at least. And from then on out, I might try and do just a few Dunfermline videos reviewing our season, a few World Cup videos, and I'm going to Manchester at the end of June, so I'm thinking about doing a few stadium tours of Manchester United and Man City Stadium, so I'll try and keep the content updated regularly enough when the off season's on, and see where it takes us up until the new season kicks off. So as I said, cheers for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.